So, you want to try hardcore Minecraft, but not just any hardcore. I'm talking about version 1.0, the first official version of the game. It's raw, it's risky, and it's full of quirks that modern Minecraft has long outgrown. It's the version where hunger was introduced, enchanting first appeared, and the end was more of a vague concept than a true dimension. It's messy, imperfect, and absolutely brilliant in the most nostalgic way possible. This is where Minecraft first decided it was a finished game, and we all kind of nodded and said, sure, let's roll with it. This video is inspired by Dialco's incredible guide to beta Minecraft. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's heartfelt, funny, and one of the best pieces of Minecraft content I've seen in years. His love for beta 1.7.3 reminded me why these older versions matter so much. And while 1.0 might not be as iconic as beta, it marks a turning point, the bridge between the chaotic charm of early Minecraft and the structured, content-heavy game we know today. Just like beta 1.7.3, version 1.0 is a time capsule, one that smells faintly of cobblestone, pork chops, and instant regret. If beta Minecraft was charmingly broken, 1.0 is the moment it put on a suit and tried to act like it knew what it was doing. Spoiler, it didn't. If you're ready to experience a version of Minecraft where every heart matters, where hunger is new, enchanting is awkward, and dying means your world is gone forever, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Part 1. Getting started. Let's talk about getting this ancient beast running, because starting up version 1.0 in hardcore mode is kind of like firing up a dusty time machine with a loose wheel. Start by launching the Minecraft launcher. Yes, the modern one. Head into the Installations tab, click New, and scroll until you see Release 1.0. This is the official first version of Minecraft, the one notch stamped as complete, and then kind of walked away from it like a dad who just assembled a trampoline and called it engineering. Important note, do not confuse this with 1.1 or anything newer. We want the original release, 1.0. Anything else and you're cheating yourself out on the bugs, quirks, and delightful weirdness that makes this version magical. Now, in that same setup menu, turn on hardcore mode. This is Minecraft's version of permadeath with a sprinkle of drama. Once you die, the world is toast. You don't respawn, you don't go into spectator mode, you stare at the delete world button and question every life choice that led to this moment. And you better believe you'll press it eventually. Everyone does. If you're a sentimental builder like me, do yourself a favour and back up your world folder regularly. This isn't cheating, it's just emotional insurance, because Hardcore 1.0 is a cruel old school teacher. One creeper slip up and it confiscates everything. There are no advancements, no command blocks, no cheats, unless you toggle them in manually, you absolute scoundrel. Just raw gameplay and the knowledge that your world's survival is held together by string, caution, and sheer willpower. And the best part? You will fail. But failing in 1.0 is kind of poetic, like building a sandcastle knowing the tide's coming in. You don't play Hardcore 1.0 to win, you play to see how long you can keep your little pixel kingdom alive. Part 2. Surviving the first days. You've spawned in, you're alone, and you're terrified. The pigs are staring at you funny, and somewhere out there a skeleton is already doing finger stretches. Here's your to-do list. Punch a tree. Obviously, you don't get to skip this. Get stone tools. Wood tools are the Minecraft version of wet cardboard held together with hope. Kill pigs or cows ASAP. Hunger is ruthless in 1.0. There's no saturation. If you take damage and haven't eaten, you just don't heal. Hope you like living at 3 hearts while eating raw pork chops like a caveman. Find coal, not charcoal, real coal. Make torches before sundown or risk playing hide and seek with death in 8-bit form. And build a shelter. Dig into a hill, box yourself in with dirt, become one with the mountain. The goal is survival, not aesthetics. Looking cute won't stop the creepers. One single block of darkness is all it takes for a skeleton to spawn and absolutely ruin your career. If you can see shadow, torch it. If you hear footsteps, dig down. Also, no sprinting. This version added hunger but forgot to add cardio. You walk everywhere like your boots are filled with gravel. Escape is a suggestion, not a guarantee. Pro tips. Cook all your meat. Raw food heals barely anything, and in hardcore, half a heart can be the difference between a new build and a new world. Make a shovel. You'll need it when panic digging your way out of your first creeper crater. Craft a sword, a real one. That wooden stick you're holding won't save you when a spider moonwalks across your roof at midnight. The first night is the hardest. If you survive it, congrats. You're already better than most of us on our first attempt. Don't get too comfortable. Hardcore 1.0 is like nature. Beautiful, cruel, and always waiting for you to forget to close a door. Part 3. Base building with a purpose. You've survived the night. Barely. Congrats. But now your hut looks like a microwave burrito. Functional, ugly, and unstable. And let's be honest, that panic hole in the side of the dirt wall you called a window isn't going to cut it for much longer. Now is the time to shift your thinking from don't die to how do I keep not dying whilst also living a little. That's where purposeful builds come in. Compact base. Make a shelter a one-stop survival shop. Bed, furnace, crafting table, chest, food farm, emergency exit, maybe even a viewing deck so you can admire the moon while contemplating your inevitable death. Keep everything close. You don't want to take fall damage just because you needed to cook pork. Light everything, and I mean everything. Place torches like you're being charged per unlit block. Dark corners are mob invitations, and you don't need a zombie roommate named Greg showing up uninvited. Farm early. Start a wheat farm, plant some sugarcane, if you're lucky, melons, if you're really lucky, pumpkins, which are mostly useless but emotionally satisfying. Farming means food, and food means you can actually take a skeleton arrow to the knee and survive. Fence in your future. Put up walls, use fences, moats, heck, dig a trench around your base and call it medieval. Anything that buys you even 5 seconds of warning from nasty spawns near your crops is worth it. Design like you'll die tomorrow. Because you might. Add a second room. Add a second floor. A basement bunker with panic buttons. Not because it's necessary, but because it gives you purpose. In a world where one creeper can take everything from you, building is how you fight back. Here are some bonus ideas. Build a lookout tower, gives you vision and purpose, plus it feels cool. Build with wood and stone, because that's all you have, embrace it. Oak logs and cobble walls never go out of style. Start a storage room, even if it's just 5 chests labelled stuff, more stuff, ripped tools, and future regret. Your base is your fortress, your workspace, your diary, and your final resting place, possibly all within the same session. So treat it with the paranoia and love it deserves. Part 4. Progress and projects. Now that you've got a stable home, or at least a lumpy bunker with emotional attachment, it's time to think bigger. You've made it past the caveman phase, now it's time for civilization. This is where hardcore Minecraft gets fun, turning survival into comfort and comfort into ambition. The goal is to keep busy, because boredom in hardcore is dangerous. That's when you start exploring too far, fighting too confidently, or trying to tame wolves on a cliff. Here are some early to mid-game projects that keep you productive and safe. Strip mine with style. We're not animals. Make your mine look good. Add support beams, torch patterns, maybe even rail tracks and a proper stairwell. You'll spend a lot of time here. Might as well feel like you're working in a medieval office. Mob-proof roads. If you're expanding your world, build paths, not dirt trails, real roads. Use cobble or gravel, line them with fences or half slabs, light them up like you're trying to scare off every creature in a horror movie. Bonus points for building overhangs so skeletons can't rain arrows from the sides. Make a town. Not a village, a town. Your town. A place with a purpose. Start with a central square, add buildings with fake jobs, a bakery for bread you'll never eat, a blacksmith for tools you already made, a chapel to pray your world doesn't get deleted. It's world building for the sake of storytelling, and that's the best part of old school Minecraft. Rail network. Rails in 1.0 are janky and barely functional, which makes them perfect. You'll need powered rails and redstone torches, but even a manually pushed cart is better than walking across the hills like a goat. Bonus points for building little train stations even if no one but you will ever use them. Nether portal. Carefully. This isn't the modern nether. It's like stepping into a lava-filled blender. Build a box around your portal, bring 2 flint and steels, one for the lighting and one for panic lighting. Expect lava to fall from the ceiling and ghasts to scream at you like you insulted their mother. Decorative projects that feel like lore. Maybe it's a graveyard for the pigs that fed you, maybe it's a watchtower at the edge of your map, maybe it's a statue of your Minecraft skin made out of dirt and shame. Whatever it is, start putting permanent marks on your world. Give it history, give it memory. This is where your world becomes yours, not because it's efficient, not because it's the meta, but because when your world inevitably ends, you'll want to have something to look back on and say, that's where I accidentally placed lava in my wheat farm. Good times. Part 5. The end is painful and weird. Let's say you're insane and you actually want to beat the game in Minecraft 1.0 Hardcore. Okay, here's what you're in for. First, blaze rods. You'll need them to craft eye vendors, and that means going to the nether. Now, the nether in version 1.0 is a fever dream of lava oceans, janky pathfinding, and floating white screen balloons called ghasts. Blazes are particularly brutal. They have impeccable aim, they fly, and they spawn in groups. Fighting them with iron gear and no potions is like entering a flamethrower duel wearing cardboard armor. You're going to get burned, emotionally and literally. Then come the ender pearls. You'll need plenty of them, and that means getting up close and personal with endermen. In 1.0, endermen are like angsty teenagers with teleportation powers. Look at them the wrong way and they'll vanish into thin air, reappear behind you and introduce your kidney to a dirt sword. And there's no easy farm setup. You find them at night, on foot, and pray your aim is better than theirs. Stronghold hunting is a game of patience and broken dreams. Eyes of Ender will lead you vaguely in the right direction, but the stronghold could be buried under an ocean, a mountain, or inside a ravine. And when you finally find it, the portal might be missing all 12 eyes. That means 12 blaze rods and 12 ender pearls. You're not just opening a portal, you're grinding for it like a medieval intern. Now, the end itself. Oh boy. No fancy beds. The bed explosion trick hasn't been discovered yet. That means you're going in with a bow, some arrows, and a lot of hope. And that bow, no power 5, no infinity. You get whatever enchantment the RNG gods give you. Maybe you get power 1, maybe you get punch. Maybe you get Bane of Arthropods on your sword, just for fun. The Ender Dragon in 1.0 is frankly a mess. It flies in weird circles, sometimes swooping, sometimes bumping into obsidian towers like it's drunk. But don't let its jankiness fool you. It can and will two-shot you if you aren't paying attention. One mistimed arrow or a moment of lag and it's all over. And remember, you're in hardcore. All over means exactly that. And the end itself, it's empty, vast, unfinished. The skybox is a weird static void, the terrain is flat and repetitive, and the only things around you are obsidian pillars and your own anxiety. It feels like a dreamscape, but not the good kind, the kind where you forget your homework and show up to school naked. But if you somehow make it, if you slay the dragon and watch it collapse into a cloud of EXP, then you've done it. You've beaten Minecraft. The game plays the credits, an endless poetic scroll about dreams and reality, and somewhere deep down you feel both completely satisfied and strangely hollow. Because that's what makes Hardcore 1.0 so special. The world didn't challenge you, it dared you to finish it with nothing but raw tools, dumb luck, and unshakable determination, and if you manage to do that, you've earned every right to call yourself a legend. Part 6. Why Hardcore 1.0 hits different. Modern Minecraft is like playing Doom with training wheels. There's backup plans, totem fail-safes, netherite armor with more enchantments than a magic trick, and the farms that basically make you immortal. Hardcore 1.0, it's none of that. There are no second chances, no elytras, no safety nets. There's no fancy command to teleport you out of danger, and if you want an ender chest, too bad, doesn't exist. Every block placed, every sword swing, every tunnel you dig feels heavier, more final. You aren't just surviving, you're craving a story into the landscape. Knowing one misstep could erase it all. This version of Hardcore makes you play differently. You walk instead of run, you avoid fights instead of rushing into them, you savour the peaceful music, the quiet hum of a furnace, and the way the torchlight flickers off cobblestone walls. You start to care, really care about your world. You appreciate every apple, you notice the sunrise, you spend half a day decorating your house with 3 types of wood because that house might be the last thing you ever build. And when you finally die, you don't rage quit. You just sit there for a moment, staring at the screen, maybe smiling, maybe grieving, but definitely remembering. Hardcore 1.0 isn't about reaching the end, it's about what you build before the end. Part 7. Bonus ideas and challenges. So you've survived a while, your crops are growing, and you're wondering what to do next besides stare at your storage chest labelled junk I'm emotionally attached to. Great, time for some long-term projects and cursed challenges. No armor run. For those who think hardcore just isn't hardcore enough, skip the iron, skip the safety, feel the fear. Hardcore librarian. Try collecting and organising every enchanted book you find. Laugh bitterly when 80% of them are Bane of Arthropods. Mob Zoo. Capture one of each mob for a little exhibition, then realise there are no name tags in this version and watch them despawn while you cry. Hall of Deaths. Build a mausoleum dedicated to your failed runs. Sign each one of them with a date and cause of death. You'll need a lot of signs. And the Monument Project. Create massive monuments to your progress. Pixel art, statues, maybe even a giant sword in a hill. Make your world memorable, so when it eventually gets deleted, you can say, yeah, I built a pyramid in a swamp biome because I could. Hardcore 1.0 is best played with purpose and ridiculous self-imposed rules that make no sense but give you something to work toward. So that's Hardcore Minecraft 1.0. A little janky, a little broken, and somehow more fun than anything else. It doesn't hold your hand, it doesn't offer mercy. It challenges you to find meaning in every moment, to take nothing for granted, and to create something worth losing. It's nostalgic, brutal, and weirdly peaceful all at once. This is the version of Minecraft where your base might last 10 hours or 100, but either way, it's going to matter to you because it came with risk and because it was yours. Let me know how long your run lasted. Was it 5 minutes? 5 hours? Did you fall in lava? Get one shot by a skeleton? Or did you, like the rest of us, walk off a cliff while reading a sign that said, "Be careful"? Because irony is alive and well in 1.0. And what were your final thoughts? I got this, it's probably safe, or just a long, disappointed no as the world fades to black? Huge thanks again to Dialco for inspiring this video. His guide to beta reminded me that Minecraft isn't just about updates and features. It's about the stories you tell with limited tools, the memories you create when the game doesn't give you much, and you make something beautiful anyway. This video is my own love letter to a version that dared to be simple and dangerous. A version that quietly asks, can you still enjoy Minecraft when it doesn't forgive you? Now, go build something weird, die tragically, laugh, leave behind a castle or a crater, or just a chest full of pork chops and dreams. And maybe, just maybe, start again. See you next time, Hardcore Hero.